All right, y'all. I need y'all assistance here, man, to figure out how to do this fucking King of the Hill shit, so that way a lot of you guys can just join in. Now, hopefully, majority of you guys got a PS4, so that way you guys can join in, and I'm gonna watch you guys play some matches, just like I said. So I'm probably just gonna do this for like a full-blown hour, probably a half an hour, because I don't really have enough time on my hands to do a full one, but yeah, man. Let's see how this shit actually goes here, man. Because I got it on private, which I don't know if I should have it on private or I should have it on casual. I'm not too sure. Let's see here. Standard King of the Hill rules. Fucking character abilities to competitive presets. I could keep that off. And then King of the Hill. So this one, it seems like I gotta send y'all an invite and stuff. So I think I'm gonna wait until more people get in here. So I'm gonna just practice a little bit until some more people get in here, so that way I can get you guys up in this lobby. The garbage man. Hey, what's going on, bro? What's cracking, homie? What's cracking? All right.
Spawn. Cyber Linkway assembly.
Oh man, trying to wait until more of you guys show up in here. Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I'm trying to do this King of the Hill match stuff, man, so that way a good portion of you guys can join in and I can watch you guys fight and stuff like that, and then we can have conversations and stuff like that if you guys have a mic. But I'm trying to wait until some more people come up in here. Yeah, what's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all staying safe out there, man. Okay. So if he whiffs that, that's 36 in recovery. So if I know he's gonna do that, I can just advance forward with a 4-2-3 string, and then get my combo. All right. All right. I'm trying to wait until some more people come up in here, man, so that way I could do this King of the Hill stuff, so I can watch you guys fight. And then probably tomorrow I'm gonna do like another live and do like MKX, cause I have it downloaded. It's been a long time since I've seen MKX in action and stuff, and I forgot a lot of shit in that game. But yeah, that's what I'm waiting on, man. So hopefully a lot of you guys have a PS4, man. That's what I'm really hoping. So that way you guys can join in the lobby. But then again, there's crossplay on this, so that's a good thing. So yeah. Nah, I don't want to down one. Best believe that. I've downloaded MKX2 recently. Yeah. So does that mean you don't got MK11 downloaded, bro? I got, okay, cool. Now, is it on the PS4? Now, that's the question right there. Hopefully, it's on the PS4, man. Oh man. Doo-doo, but I'll play. I got PS4. It's alright, bro. That's alright, bro. Don't doubt yourself, man, because you'd be surprised with the things that you can actually do. I'm on Xbox. It's alright, man. I think I can turn it into like crossplay, man, so that way we all can, you know, obviously, well, you guys can play each other. It doesn't matter if you bad, bro. It's all about improving. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to wait until some more people show up, because I told you I was going to do this live shit while I still got some time in my hands. Alright.
Jack spawn.
Shit. Who do I want to train against? Nigga.
Shang Tsung.
Actually, I'm gonna train against that one variation, man, because this nigga got hella zoning variations. This shit is depressing.
Shinnok's Bone Temple.
Oh boy. Alright, there we go. What's funny about Shang Tsung shit is like there's a flawless block gap in the second hit. So I can easily flawless block it, but like the way to do it is obviously you have to like dash up really quickly, and then you have to like cause if I flawless block like right around that area, for some reason I can't hit him, but like hold on. I can hit him now. Like so I have to actually dash forward in order to hit this character for doing what he just did. So, like, if you don't get the perfect timing with this, he can get away with spacing you out, like, all the fucking time. Now, that's the problem. But he's, like, minus 14 if he decides just to do that. But it's like, that'll guarantee me what exactly? Because I don't think I have anything fast enough to actually hit this nigga. Nah, I'm not even in the correct range for that either, bro. Nope. Almost hit his ass, though. Nah, I don't think that's gonna work. Damn, man, I wish I was close enough to do that. That's kind of unfortunate. So the only way that I can kind of get out of this is by flawless blocking, but I have to dash up like really quickly. And I'm trying to punish this nigga for doing what he just did. So I would have to dash up like right there and then immediately flawless block in order to get what I want. Yeah, that's gonna be a challenge, especially online, because that shit, it's gonna be damn near impossible to flawless block this online, because it's like you have to immediately dash up and then do that shit. So I'm gonna have to practice that some more, because I went against a guy that was using this zoning variation. That shit was hella annoying. But okay, so you got PS4, you got Xbox. I'm trying to see if more people are gonna come back, well, come in here, so that way I can see you guys fight each other and stuff. Shit. Because he got hella flawless block gaps though in his clutch string. But you don't know when he's going to do it. That's the problem. Okay. Oh man, if you guys got any questions, man, let me know, man. Let me know. Shit. Alright. Okay, so I'm more than likely gonna have to dash up and then flawless block this nigga, but the problem is that I have to precisely time that shit correctly in order for that shit to actually happen, you guys. So that's kind of the problem. How do you feel about Cassie? I hate that bitch, bro. Like, I made 2 rants about this hoe. Like, I hate her with a passion. I don't like her. Now, if you're talking about gameplay-wise, man, I mean, she has good walk speed, and, you know, she obviously has pretty good normal. She has a I think it's like a forward 4 that starts up at 9 frames, and she's like -1 on block or -3 on block, and she has really good spacing on it. So it's like that's a really good ass normal for her. But overall, like, I hate her. Like, that's why you guys don't see me use her, man. I don't pick her. I don't bother to pick her. I don't give two flying fucks about this bitch. That's why you guys see me do fatalities on her all the time, because I hate her. So that's just my opinion on Cassie. But you know, other people have their own opinions on her. I love her. This said this. It's cool if you love her. Like, I'm not gonna like bash you for liking a character and shit. But I would rather not see this nigga back in any Mortal Kombat.
Special Forces, Desert
I think she is an abomination of a fucking character, yo. So I think she is like completely whack. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion. Now, of course, some people may disagree and be like, "Nah, you tripping, bro? She dope. She this." It's like, no, bro. If you look at her story, her shit is hella flawed, like hella flawed. And if you think about it, right? Cassie Cage is nothing but a female version of Johnny Cage with her mother's fighting style, technically, and a little bit of Johnny Cage's fighting style mixed together. We don't need another Sonya Blade / you know, Johnny Cage. Like, there's no reason to have her in this game. So, you know, that's just my opinion. I was really hoping that I wasn't going to see her again. I thought it was going to be like Takeda and, like, you know, possibly Kung Jin, even though I don't like Kung Jin. But I'd rather see him instead of Cassie Cage. And that's just my opinion. Now, Jackie Briggs, like, she's okay, but it's like, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just weird because it's like she's beating up new Cybot and shit. She's beating up Jade. It's like, dude, these characters could easily mop the floor with this character like it's nobody's business, and she's just out here fucking people up, and it's just like, no, that's bullshit. But story-wise, she's annoying. Most of the new fighters are except Geras, but he's simping for he said he's simping for Chronicle. Yeah. Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? I'm trying to wait until more of you guys get in here so that way you guys can play this King of the Hill match shit, man, so I can watch you guys play this. That's what I'm hoping for. But if it's not enough for you guys, then I guess you guys can just ask me questions and stuff like that, and I'll try my best to answer it. So shit, let's see here. What was I about to do? Hold up. What's his recovery on that? 26 frames? Okay. There we go. Damn, bro, his fatal blow is very questionable. I'm sorry, but I sometimes I don't even go for Spawn's fatal blow, man. His fatal blow is hella questionable. Like, I don't know what it is, bro, but out of a lot of characters, man, his fatal blow is kind of weird, man. Like, they have to be like really high into the air and at least close enough to him in order for him to even be able to get this to come out. Because even when I was doing those combos with Spawn, I had kind of a hard time doing this. What is better, in your opinion, X or 11? I mean, how should I put it? Let me get this nigga to stop doing that. I mean, MKX, if you're into like heavy mix-ups and rush down and shit, it's amazing. Plus, I felt like MKX had a lot more to offer, and it took a little bit more skill to a certain degree because it took skill to actually block in that game, right? Now, the reason why I say that is because there was a lot of characters that had like really good frame traps. They had like really good, you know, 50-50s and shit. You know, there was characters that had better range than others. And it took skill to block mainly 50-50s in that game, and that's something that I thought was mad interesting about that game. And the combos were phenomenal. Like, you know, if you do combos in that game, man, you feel very satisfied compared to MK11. So there's definitely some problems compared to MK11 and MKX. There's certain things about MKX that I had a problem with. The fact that, like, you could be like -5 on block, or you could be like, you know, -6 on block, right? And you were still able to armor through, despite the fact that you're -6 on block. So the armor abuse in that game was a issue. Okay, if we're going to be completely honest here, right? That was one of the biggest issues I had with that. Now, I do believe this meter system right here should have been in Mortal Kombat X. Now, when it comes to Mortal Kombat 11, I do believe, you know, that you know, because yeah, MKX is amazing, man. But hold on, who's your favorite MK character? Baraka Gang over here. Yeah, that's what's up, man. I would have to say Fujin, man. Fujin, there's so many different characters that I love, man. Fujin, Havoc, like, bro, like Fujin and Havoc, bro. That's all I need to see in this game, bro. I like Rico or Raiko, I think that's how you say his name. I love that character. I love Johnny Cage is one of my favorites. I got a lot of characters that I actually like, man. I love Smoke, man. It's just too many characters to say, but one of my #1 favorite characters of all time would have to be Fujin. Hands down Fujin, like, and Havoc. Both of them, yeah, those two are one of my biggest favorites. MKX was meth, but I love it. Yeah, I mean, MKX has some really good shit there, like how you had to like build your meter and stuff like that. I thought that was mad interesting, because when you build your meter, you had to think whether or not you were going to, like, you know, take it upon yourself to, like, you know, how should I put it? You had to take it upon yourself to think whether or not you wanted to use that bar meter. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't just sit here and just spam out meters like this, right? And then the shit just builds up on its own by itself. You know, like, you had to work for that meter, and that's something that I really liked about MK9 and MKX, was that you had to really think on your strategy. You couldn't just simply just sit here and just be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm gonna sit here and spam projectiles and just wait till my shit recharges up on its own. It's like, no, man, like, you had to actually think about how to use that meter. If you had one bar meter, you had to think whether or not you wanted to use that bar meter to get extra damage. There was just a lot of shit you could do with it. You could use it as a defensive thing. You could use it as a mind game when the opponent tried to go for an Oki/meaty on you on your wake up. It was just a lot of creative shit when it came to rechargeable meters and shit when it comes to MKX. And there's certain shit wrong with, you know, MK11, at least in my opinion. I still think there's some hitbox and hurtbox issues in this game, because I've been noticing it lately. Especially when I went against that one guy, which I will be posting up those online matches soon after this live. And Johnny Cage was better in that game. I mean, Johnny Cage though, like, I ain't gonna lie, Johnny Cage is pretty good in this game though. Like the problem that I have with people saying that he's overpowered and, you know, he doesn't deserve to have a 9-frame mid, I think you're full of shit when you say that. That's just my opinion. Mix-ups are shit in MKX. There are too many of them. Too much Vortex. I feel like I'm playing a fucking lottery. Also no neutral at all. Yeah, I can agree with you on that in a way. I mean, but that game was amazing because of the rushdown, and if you had skills and you actually dedicated yourself into training mode, you could actually do some serious fucking damage, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, when you block correctly, bro, I'm not saying that you're gonna block correctly all the time, because there are characters like Boraicho that are heavy with mix-ups and shit, but I'm trying to tell you, bro, man, like once you block correctly, bro, the reward you get off of that is very good. And then on top of that, you feel satisfied because you blocked that opponent's mix-ups, you know what I mean, that are really unsafe. And majority of the mix-ups in the game were actually really unsafe. That was the thing about it. Now, there were certain ways to make yourself safe by, like, staggering or going for, like, a two-hitting string, excuse me, instead of committing it to other mix-ups and shit. But I get what you mean by that, you know what I mean? Now, when it comes to MKX, one of the things that I do love is that there are certain characters in the game. Boraicho was nuts. Yeah, that dude was a fucking mix-up god. But the problem was that his mobility and his sprint was trash. He didn't really have a projectile, but he definitely had a Bartitsu variation where he could spin his cane and shit like that, and he could absorb projectiles. Another thing he could do with that cane is that he could make himself safe. But another issue that I had with Boraicho was that when he knocks you down, right, he would easily, and I mean easily, destroy your armor with that Bartitsu cane. Like, he would spin it, if he timed it correctly, because he knew that you were trying to go for a wake-up, he could destroy your armor very, very fucking easily. And it was the craziest shit I've ever seen. I was just like, are you serious? Like, nigga, what's the point of me going for a wake-up attack to get out of a bad situation if, you know, you could just do that? So that was kind of like certain issues that I had with that game, was that there was armor abuse in the game. You could literally destroy somebody's armor, so it kind of defeated the whole purpose of going for armor. Not unless you made a correct read, knowing that they were just going to go for a regular normal, or they were going to back up and try to do something crazy. So it was really hard to make good reads, because there were characters in the game like Kung Lao. Every character can do it. But something about MKX that should have been in MK11, I don't know if I want to say that. Nah, I ain't going to say that. That might be a tad bit of a stretch. Yeah, that would be a tad bit of a stretch. But a mechanic that should have easily been in MKX would have to be the defensive options that you have in MK11. What if MK went to 3D fighting again? You know, that would be mad interesting to see them actually do that. The reason why is because I feel like zoning back in the 3D era took a lot more skill, because there were creative ways to hit the opponent. You know what I mean? There were creative ways. Don't get the shit twisted. There were creative ways to actually hit the opponent. You know, when it came to zoning and stuff like that. Because like I said, if you look up, you know, Tom Brady versus Czech, which Tom Brady is one of my favorite MK YouTubers, right? If you look that up, it took skill to actually zone in the 3D era, right? And if you guys look up like Tom Brady versus Czech, Mortal Kombat Daily Alliance, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I watched that fight all the fucking time because it's very entertaining to watch, and it was very interesting how creative they were with these type of characters, you know what I mean? And you know how they could do certain setups with like Boraicho's throw up or his vomit puddle and shit like that. It was just a lot of good shit that you could do in that game. And I do believe that, you know, I feel like zoning wouldn't be as strong as if it was like a 3D type of thing, you know what I mean? And that's just my opinion, but you know, some people will be like, nah bro, keep it 2D, this at this, and I can probably see why people would like it to be you know, 2D, because you know, I feel like the art pops out more when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, man, let's see here. I should talk about Johnny Cage. Who do I want to go against, actually? I'll just pick my nigga Liu Kang, because I'm training with him again as well.
Cyber Lin Kuei assembled.
Liu Kang and Johnny Cage, man, they're really good characters in this game. But Liu Kang has always been a solid character, man. Like, he's always been a solid character in this game. Since I don't know when, because Liu Kang was definitely one of the main characters you'll see being used. So MK Deception was my favorite midway MK game. Yeah, it wasn't bad. It had a pretty good story though. I played Raiden versus Baraka today. There's times and got absolutely face fucked. Seriously, MK is bullshit. What was the problem? Like, I played Raiden versus Baraka today. I mean, what was the problem though? Like, what were you having trouble with? Like, what was the issues? Like, I need to know this information, sir. Because like, you can improve. It's all about improving, man. It's all about improving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think it was the best game from 3D era. Yeah, I definitely think it was. You are onto something. Now, I do believe Armageddon has some potential, man, because they introduced two new characters like you know, Taven and Dagon, and those characters I thought were mad interesting. They were brothers, but one was evil and one was good. They had like the little dragon tattoo on their face, and I thought there was a really interesting story that they had with Armageddon. Deception was another good story. When it came to Daily Alliance, I think that story was decent. You know what I mean? Did they have a story from what I remember? I can't remember if they had a story. Damn, it's been such a long time ago, man. But yeah, man, I do think Deception had a really good story though, because like they had this guy that goes by the name of Shijinko. Now, I didn't really care for Shijinko because he didn't necessarily have his own playstyle. He pretty much was like Moloch, you know, not Moloch, but what's his name? Who's that fucking one guy? Not Moloch, because Moloch, I don't know why I was thinking about him, but it's the other guy. Mocap, that's his name, Mocap. Mocap had some moves, right, that were similar to other characters in the game, and I didn't like that. Now, the same thing applies to Shijinko. They need to give him a different type of playstyle, you know what I mean? If they end up making another Mortal Kombat down the line, and they end up, you know, having him as like the main character again, you know what I'm saying? Mocap was like, he was obviously like a human opponent and stuff. Both had great range on some of their attacks, but Baraka is always way faster, and Raiden's first variation is pointless against him. And hold on, both have great range on some of their attacks, but Baraka is always faster, and Raiden's first variation is pointless against him with the teleport. I mean, you'd be surprised what you can do, man, with Raiden's teleport, man. I wouldn't sleep on Raiden's first variation if I was you, because Raiden definitely has, like, he definitely has one of the best teleports in the game, and you can create really good mind games off of it if you know what you're doing. Now, you know, Baraka definitely has like some good stuff there to where he's kind of faster in a way, but if you know how to fight correctly, you will do well. Now, the thing about it is that I do believe Raiden is playing the game's meta, as in footsies, even though he has access to a low starter and an overhead starter to a certain degree. I think Raiden, I feel like he's more of like a, how should I put it? He is a footsie character, but the thing about it is that when it comes to Baraka, he seems kind of aggressive. Like, Baraka definitely seems kind of aggressive, you know what I mean? As a character. Because most of his normals, he excels in the close range engagements. So, hold on, let me actually go to that real quick. That's a good thing that you mentioned that, because I was thinking about talking about Raiden, and making, like, doing my thoughts on him and stuff like that. Because I think if they buff up Raiden, because he definitely needs a buff, I think. So, you said his first variation, which I do believe is probably this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. And I'm pretty sure most Barakas probably use like either his 50-50 variation or either this variation where he has access to a lot of damage. So where are we gonna go? I don't know. I'll just go back here. Baraka. Hold on. Let me read it down here. Come on, load up. Baraka, my favorite in MK11. Used to be good with him when I played more. Yeah, man, I mean, when you stop playing the game for a while, you start to get rusty and shit, so it happens. But when it comes to this matchup right here, a lot of shit that Baraka has in his arsenal, he's more of a close range type of fighter. Now, he has projectiles that can make up for the lack of range that he actually has, because his 4-4 has decent range. And I would have to say this is his best far-reaching normal. I mean, obviously he has like a back two that has really good range on it, and he can make himself like really safe on block, as you guys can clearly see right here. And he gains space from it, but it's like Baraka excels like right around this area, like right around somewhat of the mid-range area to like close range area. This is where he excels at. And when he gets in, he's obviously going to hit you with plus frames and try to whiff punish you and, you know, all that extra shit. And, you know, you kind of get the idea here, but his zoning makes up for that. And obviously he's going to be super annoying by doing this, but you have to make good reads knowing that he's going to throw out a projectile. And what I mean by that is that, how should I put it? People think that, you know, whiff punishing is very easily. Well, they think whiff punishing is easy. Not easily, excuse me. But people think that they could just sit there and just constantly react to certain shit like this, and that's not entirely true, because there will be times where you'll be in this range and you'll end up, you know, getting hit by a projectile randomly or something like that. Especially when you're going against characters like Scarlet and stuff, you have to predict and anticipate that the opponent is actually going to take it upon themselves to throw out a projectile. You know what I mean? And that will allow Raiden to actually get a full combo punish and do this. Now, there are creative ways for Raiden to actually get this teleport to actually work, especially when he's doing pressure. But another thing you need to keep in mind is that Raiden has this that guarantees him space. So obviously you can do shit like this, and you can whiff punish Baraka if he doesn't understand what's going on here. It's just a lot of shit that I can explain. But I don't really have enough time to do that. But it's a lot more stuff that I can explain about this matchup if I study it a little bit more. But Baraka, he's more of a close range type of fighter. You know what I mean? Like he's more of like in your face. You know, that's kind of like his play style. Raiden, if you look at his normals, right? Let's look at his normals real quick. Hold on, let me see if this nigga's blocking real quick. Let me see if he's blocking. Let me see if he's blocking. All right, so Raiden, right? He has like kind of like this little zoning shit going on here. So obviously his zoning is not as strong as Baraka's, because Baraka, he can obviously throw out projectiles a lot better than Raiden, right? So we look at Raiden's normals, right? He has a really good far-reaching normal that starts at 19 frames, which is kind of slow, but it has fantastic range on it. So, I mean, it's technically like Kotal Khan's normal, because both of them pretty much have almost the same range, or they do have the same range, like right around this area. Right? So, how should I put it? When Raiden goes for certain normals, obviously the opponent is going to be looking for his forward 4, because it's a mid, it has really good range, and he's like super safe on block. Hold up, wait, what did you say? Yeah, exactly. Also, the knee attack, which has a crushing blow, is very threatening, because Raiden only has the 4-3, 4-2, or 1-1-2 from that range, and startup is pretty slow. I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, man. I mean, you know, like I feel like Raiden's Forward 4 though, since it starts up at 19 frames, I do feel like it's a little bit slower than Kotal Khan's Forward 2. If you really want me to be honest, because it definitely feels a lot more slower than Kotal Khan's Forward 2. Kotal Khan's Forward 2 comes out like instantly, like that shit is like a 17 frame or 18 frame Forward 2 or something like that. You know what I mean? But when it comes to Raiden, his shit is kind of slow, just a little bit. It has decent speed, but for 19 frames compared to like Kotal Khan's Forward 2, it's kind of slow. But like it's Raiden kind of relies on like whiff punishing because he is kind of like a footsie character. Even though he has like a low starter and like an overhead situation here, he is, you know, obviously a footsie character. And if you know Baraka's best far reaching normal, which is obviously his Forward 4, you'll understand that he doesn't really have that great of range. He would have to be literally in this area right here to actually hit me. So I can obviously fake him out like this and, you know, whiff punish him and stuff like that. It's a lot of shit that I can explain to you guys of what you could do to actually, you know, get the opponent to whiff their attacks and shit like that. It's a lot of shit, but Raiden has really good range on his normals, but the problem is that Baraka can actually, you know, Baraka can throw out projectiles, you know what I mean? Like, he can obviously do shit like this, and, you know, he can constantly spam and throw out projectiles, you know what I mean, to get Raiden to actually come in, which, obviously, that's more than likely what Baraka wants, because he excels in the close-range engagements. Raiden, I feel like Raiden, in this variation, he kind of relies on spacing. He definitely has, and I feel like that's across all three different variations, but if you are having a hard time with Baraka with this variation, there are certain things that you could do to get Baraka to respect. Now, keep in mind, Raiden has a flawless by gap in this move. You see this shit? He has a flawless by gap in this move. So obviously you could do shit like this, and if the opponent fucks up, they're gonna get hit. Now, obviously there is a high, which, I mean, you know, I do believe Raiden deserves to have a buff, but I'll have to, you know, I'll have to actually like dissect this character and actually analyze what the problems are with this character, because he definitely has certain shit that are kind of problematic. I don't know why he has a flawless by gap in this string right here. I don't really agree with that, but that's just my opinion. So how should I put it, right? Baraka has to take into consideration that Raiden has a teleport, right? So I'm going to try and show a clear example of this, right? So you don't want to be too predictable with Raiden's teleport, because obviously they're going to think that you're going to, you know, teleport. And, you know, Baraka has to be careful because Raiden has a threatening teleport. It comes out really fast. He recovers pretty quick, as you can clearly see here, and he can get a whiff punish very easily. So Baraka's obviously going to bait by throwing out like a standing one and shit like that, or like a down one, or whatever the case may be. So that way he can get you to react, and when you fuck up, Baraka's going to take his turn, right? Now, Baraka's best far reaching normal is obviously his Forward 4. Since Raiden knows this, and Raiden knows like the maximum range, which is like right around this area right here, Baraka doesn't really have crazy amounts of range. I think that's what people don't understand, is that he doesn't have crazy amounts of range on his Forward 4. Right? There are creative ways that you can actually fake the opponent out. A clear way of doing this is like, you know, kind of like walking in their range and then backing up and then getting a whiff punish. But you also have to keep in mind that Baraka can obviously do shit like this and commit into the other hit. So you have to be careful, because he could definitely do this. But once you see him whiff the first hit, you can obviously whiff punish him. And you can clearly see, like, I'm hitting his button, but he's flying into the air, right? So you have to keep that in mind. So it's a lot of shit that I can explain. It's too much to explain right now. But like, how should I put it? Like, what is your main issue though? Like, what is your main issue that you're having with Baraka? And maybe I could try and help you with that, because I need to know like what your main issue is completely. Yeah, exactly. Also, the knee attack, which has a crushing blow, is very threatening because Raiden only has a 4-3, 4-2. Yeah, that is true, but he definitely has normals that can, you know, can challenge these buttons that, you know, Baraka actually has. Because Baraka, he doesn't do very well against characters that can space him out. That's the secret. All right, that's one of the secrets to beating Baraka. He doesn't have good range normals like that to actually beat out characters. So he's obviously going to throw a projectile, and that favors characters like Raiden, because Raiden can actually teleport and punish the character accordingly. Baraka kind of struggles against characters that can space him out. So he's obviously going to throw projectiles to force you to want to come in And when he wants you to, when you get in, that's when he can start up his game, and he can do shit like this, and you know, he can fight you and then get really annoying, and you know, you kind of get the idea here, man. Like, hold on, let me see if I can pick a character that can show a better example, because Raiden in his other variation, he has a really good variation to where he could take reduced block damage and shit, which is mainly this one, and he can generate a good amount of space against Baraka. And like I said, Baraka has a hard time, you know, going against characters that can space him out very well. So his natural reaction is to do what? Throw out projectiles. Because he's not, I mean, or try to get in. I mean, that's the only thing they can really do. You know what I mean? Or try, you know, I mean, he has two different options here. You know what I mean? But a clear example is like Johnny Cage, right? Because Johnny Cage obviously has pretty good spacing, especially when he's plus on block. So I'll just go with this one, and then we're just going to go with this. So we're just going to go with, I guess, this one.
Shang Tsung's Island Rules.
Because Baraka, like I said, he struggles with spacing, man. Like, I'm trying to tell you guys what I know. He struggles with spacing. I trained with him a little bit to see what he can do against certain characters, man. And if you're not, how you feel about how you feel with Kano? Kano, like, Kano's not bad, man. I don't really see a lot of people pick him, but he's not bad. I'm actually going to talk about him. That's a good thing that you brought him up. So since Johnny Cage has fantastic footsies, right? Baraka has to be careful, man. Now, Baraka definitely has safe strings to where he can kind of like cause a problem for Johnny Cage in a way. But we're going to see what happens here, right? So, like I said, Baraka has a hard time, you know, hitting his opponent, right? So I'm going to have, you know, Johnny Cage do a certain string. And you guys are going to see what I mean by this, right? So I'm going to do that, you know, his forward 4 very quickly. Let's see here. See that shit? See how, like, I'm going to teach you guys something about Abare and a little bit of spacing. I'm going to show you guys a clear example of this shit, right? So Baraka's forward 4, right, starts up at 12 frames, right? We know this, right? Johnny Cage, when he goes for his 4, you know what? Let me actually do Johnny Cage's like this, because for some reason when I do that it doesn't work. So as you can clearly see, Johnny Cage's 4-3-4-4 string is -2 on block, right? Now this is where Abare comes into play, right? We know that, you know, Baraka's little situation, right? Let me get this off real quick. Let me do that shit again. So I'm gonna just stand right here, right? So obviously most opponents tend to crouch like this, because you see the difference. Hold on, let me stand up. You see the difference right here? You see all the space right here? Now your hitbox, for people who don't know, is a lot smaller when you stand up like this, right? But when you crouch, watch how big, look how big your hitbox is, and look how close we are now. You see this? So your hitbox is a lot bigger when you're crouching, right? But when you're standing up, your hitbox is a lot smaller, and you can see like the difference in space, right? Now, like I said, when Baraka goes for this, he can reach Johnny Cage. But what I'm gonna have Johnny Cage do is I'm gonna have him actually back up, right? Like this, and we're gonna see what happens. He can't actually hit me. So what does this mean? Baraka is gonna commit into the second hit of the string because he knows he can't actually hit me, right? Now keep in mind, Baraka's forward 4 starts up at 12 frames. We know this. Johnny Cage's 4-3-4-4 string is what? -2 on block. So this means that if I predict that Baraka is actually going to go for his forward 4, which more than likely he is, because that's his best far-reaching normal, and that's the only normal that can actually reach me at that range, right? If I know this, I'm going to go for an Abare, right? So I'm like, okay, so what should I do for an Abare? I decide to go for my standing 2, right? So we do 8 plus -2, and that gives us what? 9, 10. Right? So that's a 10 frame standing 2, right? So if you time this correctly, right, you will be able to stop Baraka's button every single time. Now, if you go for your standing 1, it's a lot better that way, but you're going to see what I mean by this, right? So let me actually turn on my buttons real quick to show you guys this shit real quick. See that? I hit his button, and I'm about to get a full combo punish. You see the little shit here, bro? There's a lot of shit I can teach you guys, man. But I don't have enough time to do that, like I said, but I'm gonna show you guys this example. So like I said, Johnny Cage's standing 2 is no longer 8 frames, right? It is now 10 frames on startup, which means what? I am 2 frames faster than Baraka's forward 4 that starts up at what? 12 fucking frames. So if I was to mash this, right? Look at this. I'm mashing Baraka's forward 4, right? You see my buttons, right? Watch me mash it. You see this shit? I'm a crouch. And I'm hitting his button, and I can go for an Abare. If I know that Baraka is going to chase me down because he doesn't want me to actually back up, I can actually hit this character's button with an Abare, right? So this kind of causes a problem for Baraka because now he's like, shit, man, I can't do anything. So Baraka can actually go for a down 4, and he can actually check me. You see that? There's a lot of shit that I could show you guys, man. And another thing Baraka can do is he can wait, and he could possibly get his crushing blow. So what is Johnny Cage's standing 2 on whiff? Let's see what his standing 2 is on whiff. It's 11 frames, right? So if we're quick enough on reaction, right? Hold on. We get a crushing blow, which ultimately allows, you know, if you wait for a split second, right? Even though Johnny Cage's recovery is 11 frames, which that's actually amazing, you can still punish this nigga based on whiff if you're quick enough on reaction. But if you're a split second too late, you won't get the punish. But as you can clearly see here, you could do this, right? And the thing is like, I don't like it when you guys say that, oh, I'm garbage, I'm doo-doo, I'm this and that. Dude, you can get better at the game if you learn how this game actually operates, man. Now, one thing that I do like about this game is the fact that there are footsies in a way, but there are characters in this game that are not even playing the game's meta. So, hold on, let me see what you guys are saying right here real quick. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. So, didn't even notice, hold on. Didn't even notice some of, the things you said. This shit is definitely helpful. Thank you, my man. You're welcome, man. It's all about improving, man. It's all about improving. So, like I said, Baraka struggles. Anybody can be good. Just get and yeah, exactly, man. Just get in training, keep practicing, learn about frame data, learn about what a shimmy is, learn footsies. That's one of the biggest things that you need to learn when it comes to Mortal Kombat 11. And this is the reason why. This is the reason why you guys don't necessarily see me use characters that have access to legit 50-50s, because I don't think those characters take actual skill. I think they're completely brain dead, and I feel like it's more rewarding when you're using characters that have access to footsies. That's the reason why you see me use Johnny Cage. That's the reason why you see me use, you know, Spawn. That's the reason why you guys see me use Kung Lao. I don't use characters that have access to 50-50s. You know what I mean? Because they're brain dead. They're not playing the game's meta. Let me show you guys a character that's clearly not playing the game's meta. Right? Let me show you guys. Right? Because people think they're really good when they pick the Terminator, right? They think they're the shit because they pick the Terminator, right? So let me show you guys the Terminator, right? This is the main variation that everybody picks because the nigga's literally playing MKX to the fullest potential, right? And this is the reason why I have an issue with this game in the first place, because this game is not based around what the developers technically stated. You have a character in this game that's not even playing the game's meta. And I'm not even joking about that. Scorpion. Scorpion's a prime example of that. He's not playing the game's meta either. You know what I'm saying? You guys have to understand the difference between a character that's playing the game's meta and a character that's not playing the game's meta. Now, I'm not saying that you can't punish the Terminator. I'm not saying that you can't do well against the Terminator, but against a very good Terminator that knows how to flawless block a little bit and stuff like that, he can cause a threat. I had a match a long time ago where I actually went against this Terminator guy, and I was using my main, and we was going head to head. We was fucking each other up, and I was still doing well, even though I was using a character that didn't really have access to, you know, crazy mix-ups and shit like that. But let me explain to you guys why this character is not playing the game's meta, right? Reason why this character is not playing the game's meta is because this character is just not playing the game's fucking meta. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you have a character that has a running animation like this to where you have to think on a mind game between a throw and a mid situation, and when you have a character that literally excels at the close range engagements to where he's doing shit like this all on a daily basis, and then they decided to give him a safe far-reaching normal, which is like obviously his forward 4, which is his best far-reaching normal for people who don't know. We have a problem here. He's not even close to playing the game's meta. Can you imagine this game being based around nothing but lows, highs, mids, and the only overhead and lows that you have is a low starter and an overhead hop attack? Can you imagine this game being based around actual full-fledged footsies? Dude, you can tell who's good and who's not good. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it, man. You have characters like this that do not play the game's meta at all. You know what I mean? They're not even close to playing the game's meta. Like not even close. So I'm gonna do a situation right here with Johnny Cage's you know, Johnny Cage's you know, his 4-3 4-4 string, and I'm gonna show you guys something else. So as you can clearly see, I'm gonna back up like this, right? And Terminator's hold on, Terminator's you know, 4-4 is 16 frames. So obviously we can go for an Abare, and like I said, I'm -2 on block, right, when I go for Johnny Cage's 4-3 4-4, right? But we're gonna see if we can actually catch this nigga for doing it. See that? Terminator cannot actually hit Johnny Cage like this. Now his hitbox is a lot smaller when he stands up, but his hitbox is a lot bigger when he crouches. And now I can hit him. You see this? There's things that people don't understand, man. And one of the biggest things you need to understand is hurt boxes and hit boxes in this game. Now as you can clearly see, I stood up like this, right? And I tried to go for my forward 4. My hitbox is a lot smaller, and I'm being pushed back a lot more. If you look at the difference in space, see how much space he has? That's why you see certain opponents that I go against, they crouch, because they already know. And guess what? I can actually hit Johnny Cage if I time it correctly. Would you look at that? Right? So, since Johnny Cage knows that you can actually go with your, you know, your 4-4 that starts at the 16 frames, if I know that your startup time is literally 16 frames, I can go for an Abare yet again. So let me see if I can show you guys that shit real quick. Hold on, because I gotta get the timing right. Come on, nigga, throw out the standing 2. Damn, he ain't throwing out the standing 2. Maybe it's because I'm pressing it too fast. Dude, what the hell? Alright, hopefully that worked. Nope. There we go. Yeah, it worked. It worked. Okay. There we go. Hopefully that worked. Shit. There we go. See that? I'm able to hit this character's best part reaching normal because I know for a fact that this dude is going to go for that because he's trying to chase me the fuck down. And if I know that he's going to do that, I can stop him every single time. Now, if Terminator's crouching, he can hit me with a down 4. This kind of causes a mind game, and this causes a problem. And the reason why this causes a problem is because now he can stop my Abare just by doing that. Another thing that Terminator can do is he can wait, and he could do shit like that, right? So check this out. See that shit? He can hit my button very easily. As you can clearly see, Abare. You see this shit? The thing about this is that I've done this to a Nightwolf player, and when I did this to him, he didn't understand what the fuck happened. He kind of hesitated every single time I went for my 4-3 4-4, which allowed me to enforce pressure. If you can get the opponent to respect the fact that you are going for this and you hit them with a Abare, they're more than likely not going to press a button. Reason why they're not going to press a button is because they don't want to get hit by this shit. Now, of course, Johnny Cage has a hurt box, obviously, when you go for your down 4. Now, as you can clearly see right here, right, I'm able to hit this nigga's button and get a full combo punish. So this causes a problem for the opponent, and now they're going to sit here and they're going to do shit like this, right? Now, as you can clearly see, if you're standing up, you're not going to be able to hit me, right? And this causes a problem for you because if I'm timing my Abare correctly, look what happens. You get hit. But your hitbox gets a lot bigger, and not only that, look how close you are to me now. So now, guess what? You can reach me, right? Which means what? You can wait, and then you can get a punish possibly. But mainly like a down 4, and obviously the Terminator player is probably going to create a mind game like this and then try to hit you and stuff like that. So, you know, you kind of get the idea here with that. And as you can clearly see, Terminator has to figure out creative options to stop me from doing what I just did, right? So obviously he can crouch and go for a down 4. Now, if I predict that Terminator is actually going to do this, let's see what the Terminator's recovery actually is real quick, right? His recovery is 22 fucking frames. That is terrible. That gives me so much time to punish you for doing what you just did. So if I know that you're gonna do that, right, I can wait. Like, I can literally just wait. I can wait and make a good read, right? Instead of me going for my forward 4, which I'm losing damage, right? I can just go for my 4-3 4-4 again. Okay, let me see if I can time that correctly. It's kind of hard to do this on record. Nope, gotta back up some more. Damn, nigga, I gotta back up some more. Are you serious? That damn down 4 is godlike. I hope that's enough. Yeah, I see what the issue is. I'm not backdashing. Okay, I thought it was because of damn down 4. Alright, come on. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this very fucking quickly because this doesn't seem... Let me see if that works, actually. Okay, it does work. I knew I wasn't fucking tripping, man. I'm like, what the hell's going on? But I think it's because he's crouching, and I think that's the issue. So let me see something here. Yeah, that's the issue. He's fucking crouching. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I thought it was because his down 4 had unbelievable amounts of range. So I think what Johnny Cage is going to have to do here in this particular situation, he's probably going to have to flawless block this dude, or he's probably going to have to hop up into the air. So I'm actually going to test that out, because I've been meaning to actually train against the Terminator. Yeah, you can get punished. Yeah, you could definitely get punished. Because when you crouch, your hitbox is so much bigger, man, and it's fucking nuts. Come on, let me see if I can do this again. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get hit. I keep trying and hoping that I'm not gonna get hit, but I keep getting hit. So what Johnny Cage can do, right, is if he knows you're gonna press a button, he can hit you with a projectile, which is gonna force you to stop going for your down 4, right? Another thing that Johnny Cage can do is that he can hit you with a nut punch, right? And that leads into what? A combo. He can stop Terminator from doing that. Now, apparently, it seems like Johnny Cage can't actually backdash, which I thought he could at first because I was training against this and I was able to do that. But when you crouch, it seems like it's a lot different. So, what options do I have off of this? I can easily jump up. So, let's try that out. So, yeah, Terminator's going to have no choice but to block at that point. If he presses a button, he'll get full combo punish. And this creates a mind game between my throw and, my jump into that leads into my 2-4-4 string. What is another option that I can do off of this? It seems like I can't backdash, but I can definitely flawless block him if I predict that he's going to go for that down 4. So I could definitely do that if I decide to do it. What else is there? I can hop up, and if I'm quick enough, I might be able to get a punish. Let me see if I can, because this is going to be hard because I'm trying to record this shit. Yeah, that's going to be hard to do. But you guys kind of get the idea here, man. You need to learn what you can and cannot do. And spacing is very, very important for a lot of different reasons, because there are attacks in the game that are really unsafe, right? And you can make those attacks safe just by spacing them out. Spacing is very important. Knowing your frame data is very important because you're going to have to go for an Abare during certain situations, especially situations like this. Man, it's just a lot of shit that I could tell you guys, man. It's a lot of shit that I can tell you. So, just, if you guys have any other questions, man, let me know, man. Just let me know. Because, I'm waiting for some more questions, you know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Kano real quick. Haven't thought of spacing like that. Wow. Yeah, man, spacing is powerful, bro. Like, people don't understand, bro. Like, footsies is my favorite thing in a fighting game. That's why I'm trying to dedicate my time into Street Fighter, but I'm trying to understand the mechanics a lot more better, so that way I can get into Street Fighter, which is going to take some time to learn and perfect, but eventually I will get into that, because I do think Street Fighter shows a really good example of how footsies is actually being applied in fighting games, you know what I mean? And I think footsies is a great catch. Now, don't get it twisted. There's footsies in this game, right? There's spacing in the game and all that extra shit, but you have characters like Terminator, Aaron Black, characters like this that's not even playing the game's meta. You got Gears that's not playing the game's meta. Hell, you even got Jax that's not even playing the game's meta, right? So we're going to talk about Kano, and we're going to talk about spacing real quick with Kano and Jax, right? And I'm going to give my thoughts on these two characters as well, right? So let's go here.
Dragon Fight Club.
Kano's classic skin, boy. Alright, so spacing is just, it's life, bro, because your opponent cannot hit you, bro. Like, people don't understand how serious spacing is, bro. Like, spacing is very, very important, man. In MKX, who's your best characters? I used to use Tremor, I used to use Tanya and Leatherface, and those are the three main characters I use. Mainly DLC characters is what I used. Kung Lao was the character I was currently training with. I was gonna train with Liu Kang and shit, but definitely Leatherface. And name meta characters, please. Full list. Meta characters, are you meaning like 50-50 characters, or are you saying like footsie characters? Let me know, because I need to know which one you're talking about. 50-50 characters or footsie characters. Cause you know what? Let me go right here. Cause if you're talking about footsie characters, then I'll try to point them out. Because I do believe, you know, there are certain characters that are playing the game's meta, but I'm gonna show you guys characters that are not playing the game's meta, not even close. So Shao Kahn is playing the game's meta. Frost is playing the game's meta.
Spawn
Is playing the game's meta. Hell, even Cassie Cage is playing the game's meta. So yeah, like I said, Shao Kahn, Frost, Cassie Cage,
Johnny Cage.
I would put Joker in there. I do want to put Joker in there because he has pretty good spacing, but I mean, he has a really good 4-2, and then he has like that Jack in the Box or that CCQ thing or whatever you call it, where he can space you out really well. But he definitely has really good mix-ups. I mean, it's kind of a gamble to put Joker there though. But like I said, Shao Kahn, Frost, you know, Cassie Cage, you know, Spawn. I want to put Sub-Zero there as well. I do think he's playing the game's meta in a way, but it's like that 50-50 shit at close range, man. That shit is fucking nuts. And most people, they don't even play footsies with this character, man. They really don't. They normally just sit there and swing out 50-50s at your ass and just call it a day. And I hate to say it, but characters like Jade and you know, Scarlet, they're technically playing the game's meta as well, even though they're fucking annoying ass zoners. They're technically playing the game's meta. What else is there? Kotal Khan's playing the game's meta. Devora's technically playing the game's meta. Kung Lao is playing the game's meta. Technically, Kitana is. Cabal definitely is, and he has no flaws, which is fucking crazy. Who else? Noob Saibot. Baraka is. There's a decent amount of characters that are, right? But I'm gonna just quickly point out the characters that aren't. Oh, Nightwolf is playing the game's meta. I mean, I guess you can somewhat say that Shang Tsung's playing the game's meta in a way, but people are sleeping on Nightwolf, man. He has really good staggers. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people, why they sleeping on Nightwolf, man. I might train with him and pick him up again. But characters that are not playing the game's meta, that are clear examples of that shit, let me show you guys.
Scorpion, Jax, Sindel, the Terminator, Aaron Black.
I already said Scorpion. Joker is kind of in between for me. He definitely has footsies in a way. He definitely has spacing. He is playing the game a little bit, but overall, he's a mix-up character. Like let's be honest. He's a heavy mix-up character. Like, and he's really, really fucking good.
The Joker.
Sonya. Baraka and like where's that variation at? Baraka and like his 50-50 variation. He's definitely not playing the game's meta to a certain degree. Even though he doesn't get much off of his 50-50s in this variation, he, you know, wasn't Nightwolf considered best at one point when he came out? Well, I mean, yeah, people claim that he was the best, but as you can clearly see, he's not being played. So, you know, I'm definitely going to be picking up Nightwolf and training with him some more, because Nightwolf has really good staggers. People don't understand that, but his strongest offense is his staggers, because you don't know when he's going to stagger you. You don't know when he's going to commit. He has really safe buttons. He has access to like a 50-50 in a way, but it's not like your traditional 50-50. He has an overhead starter, but not a low starter. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like Johnny Cage in a way, but like he's more of a close range. Well, he's more of a medium range type of fighter, but at close range he has like you know, good staggers and stuff like that. He has a good far-reaching, you know, special move that's actually really unsafe, which you have to be very careful with. So it's a lot of things that I can tell you guys, man. But the characters that are damn for sure not playing the game's meta, I'm gonna point their ass out again. I'm gonna point them out again. Who's the most slept-on character you think? Oh man, the fact that you said that, man. The character that I think is really being slept on, out of a lot of characters in this game, Sonya Blade. Now, I'm not going to say, I was going to put Kotal Khan there. The reason why I was going to put Kotal Khan there is because I do think people are sleeping on Kotal Khan, because Kotal Khan has pretty good footsies, and he's a pretty dangerous character in, you know, obviously, the footsie game, like the neutral. He's pretty dangerous. That damn 4-2 is a threat, but I definitely think Sonya Blade is the most slept on character in the game. I know some people may disagree with me and shit like that, but that's perfectly fine. But Sonya Blade is one of the most slept on characters in this game, followed up by
Scorpion
in this Misery Blade variation. When you run out of stamina, like not stamina but defensive meter, you can't flawless block this nigga's shit. You can flawless block it, but you can't do anything about it. And Scorpion is really dangerous. He has pretty good range on his normals. Mainly, one of the main strings you're going to go for is, like, obviously his back one that leads into that one string that leaves him safe. And he's unbelievably easy to use. He has a highly effective teleport that puts you into a combo. He is one... Dude, I'm trying to tell you, but the most slept-on character would have to be Sonya Blade, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man. I don't know why people are sleeping on Sonya Blade, but this character has really good parries. She rarely has to flawless block anything in the game, right? And I did say rarely. She has fantastic anti-airs. She has really good zoning. She has really good meterless damage. She has pretty good pressure for the most part. She has pretty good mind games. She has solid crushing blows. Come on, man. Like this character is being slept on. I'm trying to tell you, in this variation, she's being fucking slept on. People do not understand how dangerous Sonya Blade is in this variation. And that's what I have to say about that. But the one in second place would have to actually be Kotal Khan. Kotal Khan is being slept on in both of these variations because he is highly effective in this game and he's very dangerous. Now he definitely needs a slight buff, but other than that, he's a very, very dangerous character. Now other characters that's right behind these characters, like I said, is Scorpion, and I would have to put Kung Lao there. The reason why I think Kung Lao is kind of slept on is because he's not that good. Okay. But you could definitely do some damage with Kung Lao. Don't get the shit twisted, right? But I'm telling you, if they buff up his frame data, he's going to be a threat. And I still think Kung Lao is technically slept on because he generates really good amounts of damage. He has a really good mind game because he can use his minus frames, he can use his throwing situation, and he can use both of those to his advantage. He can also use his orbiting hat to his advantage. They don't know when you're going to throw that orbiting hat out. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand, bro. Kung Lao is that nigga, bro. Like, bro, he may be low tier, but don't get it twisted. But like I said, I think one of the most slept on characters in the game would have to be Sonya Blade, man. Sonya Blade, hands down. And the characters that I think are not playing the game's meta, it's very simple. Sonya Blade, Geras, the Terminator, Aaron Black, Sindel, Scorpion. So yeah, man, and you know, this is what I think. Hell, even the Joker, he's playing the game's meta, but he's not playing the game's meta. The character has crazy amounts of 50s and shit, and it's just, you know, that shit is hella annoying. But he definitely has one of the best far-reaching normals in the game that leads into a crushing blow, that leads into a full combo punish. So the Joker is definitely S tier. He's a very dangerous character, especially in this variation. I'm pretty sure they're gonna nerf him along, you know, down the line and shit like that. So we're gonna go to Kano. And I was going to go to Jax, but I think I'll go with Johnny Cage because I wanted to talk about certain things about Johnny Cage real quick. And then, yeah. So let's talk about this shit real quick, man. So, Kano, right? Kano is definitely a character that is being slept on as well. I don't really see a lot of Kano players out there, but when I do, it catches me off guard because I don't know that matchup anymore because, hell, people don't use the fucking character. So it's like, what the hell? So let's talk a little bit about Kano real quick. I'm not going to touch on everything. I'll probably do my thoughts on Kano, you know, probably tomorrow or the next day when I'm not too busy. So Kano has a really strong mind game with his command throw and his 2-4 1+3 string, because if you fuck up, you're going to get hit with a throw, right? So, or a command throw, right? Or as they say, a tick throw. Right, so this causes a problem for you. Now, keep in mind, you do have the ability to actually flawless block his last hit, right? Which would leave him -9 on block, right? So if I record Kano actually doing this, right? Hold on. Damn. Damn, what the hell? Is he whipping that? Yeah, he was whipping that shit. Damn, it's been a while. Oh, another thing that I want to show you guys is look what happened. Look, look, look. You see how dumb this is? Do you see how dumb this is? You see this? What's dude? This is a problem that I have with Kano's mix-up situation. This is what I wanted to show you guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys real quick. You see that shit? Johnny Cage, right, can get a punish, and then he can do whatever he wants to do. You see this shit? Like, this is a problem, bro. Like, this is a major problem because there's no reason for you to be able to do this. But like I said, the mind game between Kano's string is that he could do shit like this and mix you up. Kano technically excels, like, right around this area right here. And when he gets close, he's obviously going to swing out, you know, plus frames at you. So you have a decision to make. Either, you know, allow him to, you know, go for his plus frame situation, or he's going to hit you with a command throw. It's a lot of shit that I can explain about this character. But overall, Kano, I think, is mid-tier. To possibly balanced. I don't think he's the strongest character in the game, but he definitely has pretty good shit in his arsenal, because he could definitely get in on zoners because he has really good range on this move, and his move actually knocks you down. He also has access to a crushing blow on his attacks as well, which you have to be very wary of. He has pretty solid crushing blows. Another thing is that he can actually stagger this and go immediately into a throw. Reason why is because you're going to think that he's going to go for his down one, right? Because he's immediately going to do that, and that's kind of like the mind game. You don't know whether or not he's going to do this or he's going to do that. So it's just a lot of shit that people don't understand about Kano. But overall, I definitely think Kano is pretty... I think he's good. I don't think he's bad. But there's certain things that is very flawed about him that I noticed, mainly with his 2-4-1+3 string. But I'm not gonna touch on everything, not right now. I'll probably do another live, probably tomorrow. You know, so I don't really have much to add here. I just wanted to talk about this because I was waiting for more people to actually show up, so that way we can actually, you know, get this King of the Hill shit started. But people are probably busy and stuff, which is understandable. I'll probably do another live more than likely tomorrow if I get the time to. But with that being said, thank you to everybody that showed up at my live. To people who are busy and stuff like that, it's fully understandable because I'm busy myself. So I'm gonna end the live right now. So yeah, man, yeah, best believe I'm gonna keep doing this, man. I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna keep doing the live shit. Best believe I'm gonna do that. But yeah, man, yeah, I'll do some more shit. I'll go better. I'll get more into detail about characters and stuff like that when I get some more time to. But I just wanted to go over certain things and stuff like that. But Kano he's not bad, man. Like I say, he's not bad at all. But with that being said, thank you guys for joining my live, man. If you want else, hold on, let's see here what you said. I'm gonna go on my little live thing so I can read it. Also, rather than your Horizon, if you want else, do you play? Yeah, man. So I play like Kung Lao. Like I dropped Johnny Cage for a little bit because I'm not gonna use him for a while because I'm still using Spawn and stuff like that, and there's still things that I'm learning because I'm still trying to improve my footsie game and stuff. But I'll get to all this in the next live that I do. With that being said, thank you guys for joining my live. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you for all the love and support that you guys show me on my videos, man. With that being said, y'all be safe out there. Peace out.